Well, former Home Secretary of the UK, Suella Braverman, has launched a brutal attack against Rishi Sunak, telling him in a letter he's betrayed the nation by failing to stop the boats. Her sacking on Monday prompted a major cabinet reshuffle. It saw the extraordinary return of former Prime Minister David Cameron not only to Parliament but as Foreign Secretary. Political correspondent for The Spectator, James Heale, joins me now. Thank you so much for your time. Look, the return of David Cameron is completely stunning, but then so is the sacking of Suella Braverman, because in my view, from what I could see from Australia, she's been doing an unbelievable job, and she was right to call out police for their poor handling of the pro-Palestinian protests. What do you think?
Yeah, well, there's two real elements here. One is the shock return of David Cameron, a reaction that I think has divided the Conservative Party in Britain. Those MPs which are in more upmarket, wealthier seats in the south of England have been texting me, telling me that they're delighted with the appointment, that it sends a good signal to a lot of voters who felt put off since 2015, 2016, when David Cameron stepped down to win those back. But there's other MPs who are in those kind of more Brexit-supporting northern seats in the country, typically less well off, who are saying, actually, this is terrible. This is the man who lost us the referendum, and now he's going to be in charge of our post-Brexit global policy. Combined with that, as you say, there's Suella Braverman's departure after a whole year of series of different incidents, lots of fighting with the Prime Minister, and she has written an incendiary resignation letter, departure letter, criticising his leadership, 3 pages, one of the most unprecedented I can remember in recent history, and all this comes on the same day as the UK government is expecting a major decision in the Supreme Court verdict over its Rwanda offshoring policy. So it's going to be a big week in Westminster, and there's a lot of questions about Rishi Sunak's future leadership of the party.
Look, on his first day as Foreign Secretary, David Cameron has announced sanctions against Hamas leaders. These are strong laws, though. I mean, it is a good policy that he's announced, first thing in the job.
Well, quite. And I think that, David Cameron has always been a staunch ally of Israel. We showed that when he was Prime Minister for 6 years. And I think that this was really, first of all, a demonstration of how, as Foreign Secretary, you have to do things from day one. But second of all, the importance of targeting Hamas's leaders and financiers who are operating outside of Gaza, pulling the strings from outside of Gaza. So targeted sanctions, working with Britain's American allies under American leadership. And I think that shows a different way of targeting Hamas's leadership, because, of course, they're not in the way of these bombs that are falling and what's happening and going on in Israel and Gaza. So it's one good sign, but I'm sure there'll be more sanctions to follow.